Gary Fritz Jr., car number 9.
Cadillac bodied machine.
Lap number 1 for Fritz. Very close, 16.746. 16.746. Fast time thus far. He's close to the track record. Can he get it this time by? Let's hear it. 16.827. Didn't make it. 16.827. Fast time today goes to car number 9, Gary Fritz Jr. Missed by 0.02 of a second.
16.746. All right, mini stocks. They'll run heat race.
Figure 8 stock cars about to hit the raceway with the starting lineup. Let's go upstairs to Bob Fine and Bobby.
This is a very special event here tonight, run in memory and celebration on what would have been Kenny Hyde's 59th birthday, Kenny Hyde Sr.'s 59th birthday. His son, Kenny Hyde Jr., his daughter, Kim Hyde, will participate in this event. They solicited and raised the lap money and special awards, which we hope to get through one more time again. We did do it earlier. We're trying to move this show along a little bit, so hopefully the figure 8s go nonstop, which means I wouldn't be able to get all the lap sponsors in, but that's how it goes sometimes. But Kenny Hyde, one of the great personalities here at Riverhead Raceway, former track champion, 12-time feature event winner. And tonight would have been his today would have been his 59th birthday. And Kenny Hyde Sr. sits 13th on the all-time win list with those 12 wins. On the pole, driver who set fast time earlier today, sponsor wanted number 9 out of Mastic Beach, Gary Fritz Jr. To the outside pole, the TLC Hauling, Silver Fox Racing. Big thank you to my pit crew to get this car back together for Kenny Hyde Jr. out of Bedford. Starting 3rd, huge thank you to Grant Williams and the staff at Northeastern Office Equipment of Farmingdale. The driver of the Couch Racer number 2, Vinny Delaney out of Islip Terrace. Starting 4th, driving the North Fork Welding Supply number 29, Cody Triola out of A-Shore. Your defending figure 8 champion will start 5th. Out of Shirley, Scott Peterson, the Ben Vecchio owned. Land, Air, Water, Environmental number 27. Out of Shirley, starting 6th. Lots of people to thank on this car from the car owner Chris Elliott, Paul Puma Law Group, Top Notch Performance, S&H Welding, and Silver Fox Racing. For driver Alan Peterson, a one-time winner this year earlier on, in car number 03 out of Santa Maria. Starting 7th, the Smoke Shack Barbecue. Pop and Play Daycare Center, number 8 for Brian Quilliam out of Manorville. Starting 8th in the Seaville South Bay Auto Repair number 99 from Ridge, Ryan Warren. Starting 9th, driving the Island Thrift Shops. Gershari Cycling number 3, Joe Warren Jr. Won on a Wednesday night here a few weeks ago at a Ridge. Starting in the 10th starting spot, driving car number 85, the East End Building. Entry for Kim Hyde. Kim wants to thank Jared Zeltman, her boyfriend, and all those that chipped in to get that car back together with some hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. And starting 11th, out of Farmingville in the Smithtown General Tire, Bobby's One-Stop Automotive and Exhaust Shops. Entry for the Desperado, Bob Dalkey out of Farmingville. Desperado.
Folks, if you've never witnessed a world-famous figure 8 stock car event, hold on to your seats.
Grandma, put your fool's teeth in the pocket. Daytona Cup race postponed till tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen him on ABC's Wide World of Sports. You've seen him on ESPN, ESPN2, MAV TV, the Speed Channel. These are the world famous figure eight stock cars. Happy 59th birthday, Kenny Hyde Sr. This one's for you.
Green flag is out. Good start for car number 9, Gary Fritz Jr. Here comes Kenny Hyde. Oh, he makes contact but backs off and gives him a chance to straighten out. Good job by Hyde there. Oh, problems for car number 2, Vinny Delaney. He gets back underway. Car number 9, Gary Fritz Jr., your race leader, and here comes Kenny Hyde. Kenny Hyde Jr. to the outside of Fritz, who is his brother-in-law.
Yeah, family feud here at the front of the field.
Hyde's in there. Doesn't touch. Great job by Kenny Hyde Jr. to come by the 9 car of Gary Fritz, but Fritz still hanging in there on the inside. Hyde, though. Oh, Fritz coming back. Gary Fritz Jr. looking as good as he has all year in car number. Opening night, he looked great. He struggled since, but here he is running second to Kenny Hyde. Cody Triola third, fourth. Vinny Delaney in fifth. Last week's feature event winner, Alan Peterson. Fritz not done with the 58 car of Hyde. Fritz has a good car here tonight. 5 laps into this 15-lap feature event. Oh boy. The Desperado,
as he so often does,
likes to run the X.
Midtown General Tire number 21.
Here it comes, here it comes!
Your daddy!
Kenny Hyde's not lifting. He's not lifting.
Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out, look out, look out!
Kenny Hyde leads this event. Gary Fritz Jr. is second. Bob Dalkey wisely chooses to stop at the X this time.
Yeah, Dalkey's crazy, but he's not stupid.
Correct. Well,
he's crazy. No.
He's crazy. Hyde will go by him. We're 8 laps into this event. Problems for Delaney.
Caution flag now. It appears the car number 2, Vinny Delaney, is out of power. The brother-in-laws, row number 1. You heard the TV show back in the day, The Mother-in-Laws. This is the brother-in-laws, safer figure 8 style in the Ken Hyde 59th birthday remembrance race.
Uh-oh. Contact with the right rear to the left front of the 9 car. Kenny Hyde doesn't have a flat. But here comes Peterson. Car number 03 looking to go 2 in a row. Kenny Hyde leads the way. Alan Peterson is second. Gary Fritz Jr. is third. Halfway through this event. Ryan Warren does a nice job to save that number 99 car.
You want to look for irony in life. If Kenny Hyde Jr. holds on to win this race, it'll be his 12th career win. It would tie him with his father, Ken Hyde Sr.,
who we're running this race in memory of, to celebrate his birthday. The 58.
I'm starting to think that 03 is going to have something to say here soon, Steve.
He's been good all year, Alan Peterson. I see a little smoke coming out of the back of that car. But you know what? There's smoke coming out of all these cars. Who the heck knows? Joe Warren Jr., car number 3 to 4th.
He is putting together. Oh, not again! It happened again!
Caution flag down for the obvious.
Deja vu all over again.
Kenny Hyde leading again. Has an issue at the X.
The resetting of the field with 7 remaining will find Alan Peterson, your new race leader. Second, Gary Fritz Jr., who rolled right up to Kenny Hyde because we documented both on FloRacing as well for those of you here tonight. Fritz and Hyde in the 9 and 58 are brother-in-laws. Joe Warren Jr. to 3rd.
Okay, we'll give it another shot here. Alan Peterson, car number 03. Car number 9. Gary Fritz Jr., Joe Warren Jr., and Scott Peterson. Bring this field around, 13 down, 7 to go. World famous figure 8 stock car racing.
Fritz with a second breath of life. Here comes Warren. Warren was the benefactor of the last Kenny Hyde crash at the X, but right now, Gary Fritz Jr. wheeling, dealing, and kiss stealing. And I was totally wrong on that. I was thinking back to another race. Fritz kind of comes to the lead.
Battling back here for his brother-in-law.
Going to try to fly the family flag even though he's an in-law. Kenny and Kim are pulling for him too.
Gary Fritz Jr.,
He
car
is
number 9.
wheeling it.
Fritz back to the lead. Here comes Joey Warren. Lap number 16, 4 remain for Gary Fritz Jr. Fritz leads him through the X. There's 3 to go. Fritz starting to put a little space between he and Alan Peterson. Two to go this time by for Gary Fritz Jr. in car number 9. Fritz with a nice job through turns 1 and 2. Gary Fritz Jr. will come to the white flag. Peterson looking to the outside.
Back end starting to walk out on Peterson's car a little bit.
Gary Fritz Jr.
Sponsor wanted, number 9.
Fastest car in practice. Fastest car in time trials. And he's about to be the fastest car here in the feature, Gary Fritz Jr. You know, sometimes things work out. What a job by Gary Fritz Jr. And if you could ask Kenny and Kim Hyde if there was one guy other than either one of them that they would want to win this race, it's Gary Fritz Jr. What a job. This is a big win for Gary Fritz Jr. Let him hear it, folks. Gary Fritz Jr. What a job by Kenny Hyde Jr. and Kim Hyde to get lap sponsors, extra money, prize money, everything they did for this race in honor of their dad's 59th birthday. And we miss him. Gary Fritz Jr. Yabba dabba doo. Gary Fritz. Kenny Hyde's brother-in-law. Able to pull it off. And as Fritz pulls down the victory lane, let's go downstairs to Bob Finan. Bobby.
Okay. First thing I got to do, who's the hard luck driver of the race?
My brother.
That's got to be. He's got to be the hard luck driver of the race. I mean, I hate that. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because you got a little smile on your face. And this guy put the smile there.
I can't even say anything good about this whole night for me personally, but for Gary, if any, like you said during the broadcast, if anybody was going to win this race, I am more ecstatic that it was Gary Fritz.
No doubt about it. On what would have been Dad's 59th birthday today, your brother-in-law, somebody you've known most of your life, is a race winner. And Gary Fritz getting out of this Cadillac right now. Got the Irish flag on his side. That's pretty decent. Out of the car now, let's make some noise for Gary Fritz Jr. And he's a big New York Met fan, folks. And he salvages the night, at least emotionally, for Kenny and Kim Hyde. There's some tears over there. And they're going to get me going now. Don't get me going. All right, Kenny, it's time for you and Kim to present the hardware. I don't know who's going to do the talking to Gary Fritz.
On behalf of me and Kim, Timmy from Natural Designs, doing some amazing artwork. Proud to present you with this trophy in memory of my dad. Thank you, buddy.
No, okay, let's. I don't even think we have a photographer here today. Okay. All right. Oh, there he is. And you get another trophy as too from Tom Gatz and Connie Partridge. Wow. For a minute, you had your heart ripped out of your chest pretty much when you saw your brother-in-law hit hard at the X.
You know, on that last restart, I felt like he roughed me up a little bit, ran me a little high, and I said to Terry on the radio, I was like, man, I didn't like that. And then it all goes out the window when you see something like that. My heart sank into my stomach, and you don't even care at that point. You just want to make sure I saw him moving, and just a sigh of relief to see him. Yeah, you know, you don't even want to know what goes through your head when you see something. I mean, you don't know. It just goes through your head when you see something like that.
Clean sweep for you guys today. Terry Fallon, your dad Gary Sr., put a great piece on the fastest in qualifying. Nice race with Alan Peterson Jr. That's a decent race.
Alan is one heck of a racer. I've been watching him since he was in the Legends, and he is an unbelievable racer, and he has a great long career ahead of him. And we got a little tangled up there. You know, we had to run each other up and down a little bit, but. Man, what a class act he is, and you know I'm proud to race against people like him.
How about some of the people you want to thank?
First and foremost, thank God for just blessing me to be able to do this, keeping all the drivers safe, my brother-in-law and everybody, and Bobby. I'd like to thank my crew, my dad, Terry Fallon, my crew chief, Paulo, Tony, Matt, my Uncle Keith. My whole family's here today. It's pretty awesome. Bobby's One Stop. I have special thanks to Mr. Kraft, who's always been, a help for me for my whole career, and Beyond a Little Racing, who really, since I got this car from them, has been nonstop help, and I'm truly a blessed man.
Now, here's the question I want to know for my Facebook entertainment later on in the year. Taking Fallon back to Bristol this year?
In, 2 weeks? 2 weeks. Beer Can Man comes back to Bristol, man.
All right. Gary Fritz Jr., ladies and gentlemen, taking down the win. We have ourselves an Enduro and then the School Bus Demolition Derby.